and gentlemen. If you are feeling good today and you can hear me loud and clear, please type 2 inside the chat so that I know that and I can know who is around, who is watching and all these things. So just quickly give you a glimpse of the back of my house. I'm hiding inside the spare room now, full of curtains around the space because moving house tomorrow. So yeah, managed to find time to get all the slides done so that today we are able to have a day of sharing. And who is feeling excited? Excited about what? Excited about school holidays one. Country inside the chair. Because 2 holidays is coming.
I think you can push up. Cover all the paper. Oh, okay.
Like this? Can? I think can now. Can? Okay,
Yeah.
I remove. Never mind. I don't need the mic. I don't need the headphone already. I'll just talk like this. Hopefully, you guys can hear. So, who is traveling one? Who is excited about the holidays and going for travel? Go holiday one. If you're going holidays during the school break, right? Type inside the chat 2, 3, 3, 3, 3, 4, 5, whatever lah. Just type something in the chat so that I know. Come. Because I don't know about you, I'm going. Yep. And very, very lucky that I managed to get the tickets earlier. Yep. So today, right, this session of what we are going to present today to you will be broken down into a couple of segments. First, it will be a quick sharing on the current market situation, which many of you today are here not only just to listen to the 5 key factors of profit generating asset. Let me just share the screen. Why is it taking like forever? And by the way, so sorry, my Wi-Fi got cut off because we're supposed to move house on Monday. So my wife actually already cut off the internet for no, I need the cable too. Yeah, it was already being cut off lah. So now we are like, yeah, say hi to everybody. Even there are 100 over people looking at you now. So you like go. No. So sorry, because now the whole house is in chaos. Okay, let me just blur the thing. Okay, so today, right, we'll be breaking down in a few segments. First up, it will be actually on a quick explanation on the current market situation and what buyers should be buying now. Subsequently, I'll be sharing a quick run through about the 5 key factors of profit generating properties. Last but not least, my fellow colleague, my fellow IC, James, will be coming into the video to actually share with you the key, to share with you the details of the development itself. So without further ado, if there's any questions, feel free. If there's any question, feel free to drop them into the Q&A or the chat box. And without further ado, let's get into it. So first up, we just want to do a quick sharing on. Okay, is it loading? Okay. So first up, we just want to do a quick sharing. I mean, currently in the market, everybody is sharing the same concern, which is today, whether is the market coming to an end? Is the what I call that, the musical chair coming to an end? Why is the market slow and all these things? You can see all these bad news, like the government say price may not go up. A lot of HDB upgraders today are being priced out. HDB resale price never go up that fast already. Then private properties renters slow down. First 2 condo launches didn't do well. In fact, the previous launch in Lentor itself also didn't do very well. So today I'm going to do a very quick run through with all these things. And if you got any questions as a consumer, please feel free to go and look for your agents. Agents will fill you in as well. But today I'm going to deep dive into the details of what you should be doing in the coming months. Right. So also last year, right, in the year 2023, we also saw 2 rounds of cooling measures in 2023, and we saw an immediate knee-jerk reaction. In fact, in December, in the recent September ones, actually it caused a lot of people to slow down because whenever there's a cooling measure, it's a sign that the government is trying to lower the pricing, and that caused people to wait. And we're gonna go into the details today also. And the popular consensus is always recession is on the way lah. Let's wait for property to price to drop. So based on my last 17 years of experience, right, most people when they wait for the property prices to drop, they either eventually wait to buy higher or they wait and they don't buy anything. And this is a very classic proof to show you that since 2016, people have been hoping that prices will go down. But yet, right, over time, right, the price continues to go up. So guys, do me a favor. If I'm going too fast, just stop me because I got a lot of content but very, very limited time. So we will go a little bit fast. So if in any case I'm too fast, just write inside the chat too fast. Then I will know. Okay. So over here, right? Will there be first people will be looking at all the news and thinking whether will there be fire sale. In fact, later I'm going to negotiate. I'm negotiating one deal later 9:30, going down to get the deal done. In fact, all the owners today are trying to sell at high. If you are in the market right now, you know that all the owners are not willing to reduce prices, especially in the resale. And we'll talk about this. So first, right, if you want to look at the developer sales, are we in the currently in a oversupply situation? Looking at this, right, on average, based on the last 10 years, or on average, every single year, our Singapore real estate market, right? Okay, first we look at this. Yep. So you can see over here the second circle at the middle, right? Today, this was the period in the year 2013 where there were tons of supply, 20 over 1,000, 30 over 1,000 units of unsold supply. Today, we are actually at 18,000. So the big question is today, right? Are we able to consume this supply? So based on the last 10 years average, from 2014 to 2023, there were a total of 8,853 units of new launches sold every single year. Sometimes high, sometimes low. And if you can look over here, we use running average is very important. Why? You know why? Because only when you see the average, you know whether it can be consumed. Because it's so easy to tell yourself like, hey, don't buy because oversupply. But if you don't look at the numbers and then use the supply versus demand to go and decide whether is there an oversupply, whatever you are guessing is just fear taking over. Because whenever you feel fear, the best thing is to say no and find an excuse not to do it. Right? It's a classic fight or flight kind of thing. And most of the time when it comes to a big ticket item, is usually stay put and wait, see how. Right? So over here, right, we can see that 8,000 over units sold every year means to say that we only need 2.5 years to consume the current supply of new homes that are unsold. So first, developers not interested to give discount, not interested to give any special terms and conditions also. Yeah, why? Because they actually have no stress to sell. Right? Number two, today, right, why is the resale market holding up as well? Because today, very simply, Singapore, right, if you look at Singapore, we have the highest asset allocation in almost the entire world, right? Meaning to say that 42% of our asset allocation actually goes to real estate. And if you go to see it versus other countries, right, you look at Hong Kong, only 50% of the people own their properties. Israel, 66%. South Korea, 56%. Singapore, today, right, not only we have the highest asset allocation, we also have the highest home ownership over here in Singapore. That means today, right, why people are not selling their homes despite maybe some people are losing their jobs. Why? Because of a very simple reason. Today, if you lose your job, first thing, what do you sell? Your house or your car? Next, if you sell your house already, your car already, and you still no money to pay for your installment. Next, what will you sell? Your watch or your house? So basically, a long story short, because of time, right? I just want to share with you a simple thing. Usually, house is the last thing people sell because once you sell your house, right, you will take very long to get back the money. It's not liquid at all. And the worst thing is that today, when you sell a house, your whole family will ask you, today, why we sell house? Why we moving? Then you from condo move HDB. So usually people will try to hold up as much as they can in order to make sure they don't sell the house. Also, the next point, so why? Also because in the job markets in Singapore, right, actually we have one of the lowest unemployment rate as well. Singapore also have the highest savings rate amongst the world also. Yep, it's taking a while to load. Yep, higher savings rate compared to other countries as well. So when people have enough savings, right, that will allow us to tide through difficult times. Later, I'll give you some demonstration for you to better understand in numbers, in dollars and cents. Next, ever since after COVID, right, a lot of people say, hey, interest rate now increase. So landlords no money to hold the property. So landlords will sell the house. But today, right, if you have a very strong job market where people can afford to top up for their monthly shortfall for the investment property, right? They have enough savings to tide through difficult times, and also the rental has already increased along together with the interest rate. So why would there be pressure to sell? So in short, right, higher vacancy means higher income. Basically, long story short, just a summary of earlier on what we actually mentioned, right? Currently in the market, if you are in the market, if you are a buyer looking out for a property to buy, if you are a serious buyer, like, I mean, of course, today you are day one buyer, and you hear your friends telling you that, hey, bro, don't buy, I think the market will crash. The market will not be so good. You ask your friend, has he gone into the market to look for properties in the resale or not? Most likely, if your friend told you that, most likely they are not actively in the market. They are just watching news, reading news, and self-fulfilling prophecy saying that, oh, I should wait. But if today you are in the market and looking out at landlords and owners, are they really not interested to negotiate one? Right? Some of my clients may be watching this, and I'm helping you to buy some houses as well. You know, I know. I mean, whoever is actively in the market knows. Yeah, there's not much time pressure. And also because of the high mortgage rate, right? Will it cause market to drop? No, because why today, right? Banks are using 4.9% as floor rate. If you use back then, right, buying a property, they just assess you based on your loan. Ever since 2012, they introduced TDSR, June 2012 or 2013. They introduced TDSR. And because of that, right, they actually cut down the affordability substantially, almost 50%. That means last time you earn 10K, you can apply for a loan based on 10K. Today, you earn 10K, you only can apply based on 6,000, which is a monthly installment, cannot exceed 6,000. And the 6,000, right, includes your car installment and all these things. So if you need any, so you can Google TDSR if you are new to real estate purchasing. And today, right, instead of 60%, right, government reduced the TDSR rate, the total debt servicing ratio rate to 55%, and raise the floor interest rate to 4%. And what's best, right, is that the banks, ever since the interest rate was climbing really fast, right, they actually roll out a defensive measure, which is to increase the rates, instead of 4%, that means they'll be using 4% as the rate to calculate the 60% affordability. If you don't understand me, type inside the chat. I can explain a little bit more on that. But banks, right, instead of following the 4% prescribed by 50%, by 4% floor interest rate prescribed by MAS, they're actually using 4.9 ultra extra defensive. So today, right, if people's monthly mortgage is calculated at 4.9, but the monthly installment right now for resale properties, right, is 3%, will there be a pressure? So we did the math, right? Why, even though last year when the interest rates were very high, prices didn't drop? Because very simple. Today we did a calculation, right, for your easy understanding. If you look over here, right, long story short, I don't want to go through bit by bit, but long story short, over here, if let's say you took a loan, let's say you need to take for 30 years, 35 years old, 2% lock in, but because the interest rate went up to 4%, installment from $4,158 became $5,003, monthly increase by $1,002. Will you be stressed to sell your house? Okay, this is a new launch, because a new launch, right, is actually on progressive payment. So here, right, you can see the 4% interest rate, right? For a new launch, before you collect your keys, you're only paying about 50% of the monthly installment. And at 4%, right, the monthly installment is actually 2,007. At 50% of the progressive payment before they collect keys, right, they will be paying $2,700. So guys, today, right, monthly OA, based on the highest tier, the income cap, how much is it? How much is it? It's 1,300 plus because the CPF cap actually increased. The CPF cap actually increased. So today, right, for the CPF monthly ordinary account, you'll be getting about $2,800 going into your ordinary account. So today, just before you collect your keys, right, basically you don't even need to top up cash. You're buying a new launch. Next, when it's a resale, right now is about 3%. So if let's say we are talking about a 3% rental, 3% loan, 3% interest when it's a resale, it's 4,700 plus. So bro, ask you $585, right? Increment. Down here, who won't sell your house? You will not be pressured to sell. Yes, type Y, you will be pressured. No, type N inside the chat. Let's see the audience over here, what everybody thinks. Don't take my word for it. Let's do a poll and see what everyone thinks over here. Yes, pressure to sell. No, no pressure to sell. So the funny thing is that every time I ask my clients, right, very cute. Some of the clients every time kind of tell me, hey bro, I'm waiting for the market to crash because there'll be a lot of people who cannot pay for installment. So I show them this. I show them this. I said that bro, if today, right, $1.5 million in every month 580 something dollars, right, you need to top up. And you are 35 years old, you're earning 15K a month, and you buy the condo. 15K a month, every month need to top up extra $600. Will you be pressured to sell? He look at me, he say, no, I won't be pressured. Then I say, then why you think other people will be pressured? Because my clients, right, all of them, when they buy, right, there's already defensive measures applied, which we later we'll talk about it. So US interest rate will definitely be reduced. And why? Because today, right, we are in a very different debt situation. The only time the last time we saw high interest rate, prolonged high interest rate was in the 90s over here. And back then we were in a super different situation. Right? Back then in US, right, the US national debt was 10 trillion. Today is 34 trillion. And maybe you would think that it doesn't really matter, lah. But today, another thing is that if you can see your US presidential elections is coming. And last year when we were talking about this, there wasn't any date to it. And why is this important? Because this is a report by Bloomberg. Today you see, right, every time there's a recession, the ruling party will lose the election. For a very simple reason. Today, when the economy is doing very poorly and you cannot find jobs, will you vote for the ruling party or not? Obviously not lah. So you won't talk too much about that. Also, inflation has lowered substantially as well. And if you didn't already know, right, the target for US inflation is 2%, to bring it down to 2%. But actually, if you look at the most recent, or the lowest, right, they recorded was 3%. So we are actually very close to their target already, which is why, if you ask me, I'm very sure this year rates will reduce. And if you talk to your agent, maybe your agent already told you this last year, but maybe you were skeptical. But if you are still skeptical, I think it's time today to wake up already, lah, right? To really accept the fact that things are going to change. We're going to see a pivot in the market already, right? So today, right, you can see inflation is going down fast, but Feds are not going to pivot so soon. Likely in May, a lot of people thought March they will announce already. That's why the stock market suddenly boo. After they say no, you become May, the market tank. So if you are the kind of speculator waiting for market to crash, you can buy stocks, don't buy property. Because property, by the time you wait for the market to start to crash at time, right, the market recover now. Usually you don't have time to catch the bottom one. If you disagree with me or your friends manage to catch like chun at the bottom, and many of your friends, all your friends have done that, and it's very easy. You tell me something inside the chat. Always happy to listen to your successful experience. But so far, I only got one client who always managed to do that. But he really spent a lot of time doing it. Yeah, and he's very flexible in terms of where he wants to buy. So high interest rates and a recession are part of the cycle. Eventually, will be over, right? So this is the chart based on the interest rate. So over here, I won't dwell too much. I'll just share with you one thing. Is that number one, purely from a demand standpoint, right? During the high interest rate environment, the interest rate, it's a buyer's market. High interest buyer's market. Why? Because less buyers. Low interest seller's market, because more buyers than sellers. So MIFA, when interest rate increases, price will drop. Because over here, I don't know whether you can see my cursor. So you can see during the purple, when the property prices actually, when the interest rate went up, the property price also go up. Why? Because for a very simple reason, when the interest rate goes up, it's actually signs of economic growth. Why? Because the government is trying to control economic growth. Don't want things to go up so fast. So it's natural when you see interest rate go up, means that property prices are going up lah. So people that tell you, oh, rates 高了，价钱会掉, show some proof. But the truth is over here, when the interest rates are low, right? Sustained periods of low interest rate causes prices to spike. So this is supply and demand, which we earlier said just now. So looking back, buyers who bought during a high interest rate environment also made profit. Screenshot if you want to. I won't go into details of this, but screenshot if you wish to. This is a 3-year flip from those people who bought during high interest rate right before COVID. Right, if you remember the milestone right before COVID, the interest rates were very high. During COVID, government, the Feds actually cut rates to save the economy. Right, so it brings some memories to you, just in case you still do not understand. But 3-year flip, look at the profit margin. Next, over here, Hougang, Riverfront, 3-year flip. This is the profit margin that we are talking about. Good or not good? You decide for yourself. This is another 3-year flip, Woodley, Park Colonia. Also a 3-year flip, 500 over K. Tell me whether you think this is decent profit. I don't know about you. I think so. Definitely, I don't mind having another 3 to 400K inside my bank account just by investing a 400,000, 4 to 500,000 equity. It's like 60% return on investment within 3 years. I mean, if you buy Tesla got more lah. But if I buy Apple, it's better than Apple. Better than buying Apple shares lah. So in short, right, cooling measure high interest rate causes a knee-jerk reaction, right? So last year was a year a lot of people slow down a bit. Why? Obviously, when interest rates are high, affordability is affected, people will slow down. But this year, interest rates will be lower, and you will start to see demand coming. Properties who are bought during peak mortgage rates all enjoy high capital gains within 3 years. 3 cuts in Fed rates this year will, and as inflation falls and presidential election approaches, will bring back buyers. And the present high interest rate environment will present a safe and stable market for people to buy. Trust me, you can record this down. Trust me, by end of this year, you will start to see that people will be chonging to buy, and the units that you want to buy, you will end up buying the more expensive ones. You don't have a choice. Or maybe the ones that you don't really like. Or maybe now you have money to buy a new launch. Next year, maybe you end up buying a resale. Because right now I'm negotiating a unit for Panorama. 2 years back, the per square foot was only 1,600 plus BSF. Today is 1,900 over dollars BSF. And the new launch, why? Because people are still buying new launches. So it's not about being worried, it's about being prepared. So important thing today, right, is to make sure that you have 18 months of reserve funds, 18 months of reserve funds. You have an alternative home to stay in case you lose your job or to enjoy cash flow. And also the game plan is to elevate your capital first. That means to elevate your capital. If today, right, many of you will be here, bro, hey Marcus, I want to buy 3 bed, but I cannot afford 2 bedroom. What should I do? Wait, rent first. Oh no, sorry. Wait and save up more. I tell you guys, 2021, those people that tell me they want to save up for a 3 bedroom when they can only afford a 2 bedroom, right? Today, they end up only buy 2 bedroom also. You know why? Because 2021, right? You can buy treasure at Tampines $1,700 PSF, and people say it's very expensive, right? Today, right? If you wait again, next year, end of this year, you will buy Woodlands at $2,000 per square foot. And 2021, the people that didn't want to buy the 2 bed, 3 bed was going at $1.6 million, 2 bed was going for $1.1 million. They say they want to save up to buy the 2 bed, the 3 bed, which was 1.6 million. So if they save a bit more, they can buy the 1.6 million. And then they buy what? Today they buy 2 bedroom, Lentor Hills, also $1.5 million. End up they still buy 2 bedroom at a higher quantum, which leads me to the game plan that I wanted to share with you today. I'm coming into the 5 profit generating assets very, very soon. Sorry, pardon me, but because I want to give you more value. But obviously, you know that when I'm talking about the 5 profit generating, I'll be trying to sell Lentor Mansion. I use it as an example to sell. But I hope that every single one of you, even if you have an agent or what, you'll walk away today having more information and more research so that you want to go and buy property, you know this is the right time to buy. So why reserve fund for 18 months? Because recession lasts an average of 10 months and a maximum of 17 months based on history. There isn't a single recession that lasted more than 18 months. And go and check it out if you want. And that's why when we say have a reserve funds of 18 months is to protect yourself from having to sell your house, force sell your house because you don't have money to pay. So always having a 20% buffer is very, very important. So the game plan today is to avoid being priced out, right? Because why asset elevation model? Why you apply this model? Because number one, it reduces the amount of leverage, which is your TDSR. Secondly, higher capital required due to cooling measure over time, right? When time comes, because last time when I first joined property 2008, down payment was 10%. 2010, 2011, when the market recovered from the Lehman crisis, MAS say 20%. Then in 2018, after the property prices went up super high due to the GLS cycle and the en bloc cycle where there were a lot of en blocs happening, 2018, government came out with another cooling measure, 75% loan only. And today, right, if let's say this year or next year the market start to run again, bull market again, given the property prices are so high, you can record this if you want, because it may happen. And I hope it happens. Because if it happens, means my property prices also go up. So if you haven't buy property and don't intend to buy, you will hate me for saying this. But I hope it happens. So when the next time, right, when the prices go up, right, and the market is very hot, do you think there will be another measure that comes in and say LTV 70%? A disclaimer, this is not fear mongering. I'm just showing you the pattern that happened, which people refuse to believe because they don't want to buy first. But eventually they have to face the music. So that's why asset elevation model, very important. Right. So this is the example of a client, an example that Park Rivera bought Park Rivera at 1.32 million for a 4-bedroom back then. Right? They wanted to buy in town area but cannot buy. Only buy Park Rivera 1.332 based on the value. After that, 4 years later, exited at 1.63 million, made a 22% profit. Gross down payment when they paid was 298,000. Down payment 33K. BSD, gross profit 298. This is the down payment. Com that they need to pay for the agency for selling. And the total new capital after selling, withdrawing back the capital is 563,000. So with 563,000, 2021, they went back into the market, right? And if you want to calculate how I derive at $1.8 million, you basically use 5.63 million divided by 0.3, and you get a rough estimate $1.86 million. You can buy a $1.86 million property. Game plan is to exit this time round. We are going to put the unit into the market at 2.16 million asking price. If we manage to achieve this, gross profit 360,000, down payment was 450. Based on that, buyer's stamp duty 57,000, selling com 33. When they sell and plus the profit, right? Okay, this calculation a bit complex, right? So you can do it and go and screenshot and go and do your math, right? It's interesting. Yeah, but this is the game plan. Selling com total new capital will be 783,000. And the next plan will be this. So basically, right, what we are trying to do is to use 3 cycle to generate capital from 368,000 to $1.12 million. Screenshot if you have doubts. So this year, right? Okay, guys, so far, are you learning something? If you are learning, type learn inside the chat. Learn. Do me a favor. I very chuan. You see, I move house. Now I'm shouting in my room. My son want to sleep, also cannot sleep. So you taught me happy lah. Or who confused already? Confused type C inside the chat. Because if you're confused or you're not learning, I just skip. I don't need to talk about this already. Have? Come on, guys. What happened to you? What happened to you? Because even if I don't say, you also even you don't type, you also will say, right? I also will say, right? So over here, thank you so much. So over here, you can see this will be the game plan right now. 2024, if you can only buy a 2-bedroom, just go for it, guys. This is called delay gratification. Because if today you have your mother's house to stay, or you can rent first, or you can have that means basically you have an alternative logic and you choose to buy because you want to move in immediately and you don't have other investment and you think that this can become an income generating asset. Yep, maybe can, but it may not be, it will not be the best one, which later I will share with you. So new launch 2024, buy $1.6 million, exit 32%, profit, sell at 1.92 million, target price, gross profit, exit 20%, sell at 1.92 million, gross profit 320K, down payment 400K, BSD 49.6K, selling com 338,000, total new capital 632. So basically, right, Today, if you believe in the asset elevation model, this will be the game plan. Sell, buy, after that, use this elevate asset, buy a $2.5 million, buy a $2.1 million property. After that, 4 years later, 3 to 4 years later, buy another $2.5 million property. That means you upgrade to the $2.5 million property. Yeah. And with 1.12 million, right, then you can actually choose what you want to do. Because 1.1 million new capital means you can buy as acquire assets up to 3 over million. 1.12 million, 1.229 million divided by 0.3 is $4 million. So basically, by then, right, you can choose to do your 7x2. All we are asking for is 9 to 10 years. Why? Because today you don't have capital, you only got 400 over 1,000. So what can you do? So many people ask me then how, where should I stay? So what's the end goal over here? Using new launch to grow a capital, earn enough capital to own 2 units, eventually one for own stay and one is for rental or new launch, depending on your situation. So it's always about taking the first step, but the first step is always the hardest unless you have a game plan. Most people don't buy because they don't have a goal in mind. They'll just think that today or if I keep the money, I can do this, do this, do this. I can buy S&P, I can buy one. Bro, if you have been buying Apple shares, right, ever since COVID reopened, until now, I don't think you make more than property. Like, unless you buy Tesla. Lah. Because nobody will just buy one single counter all the way and don't DCA. 很少这样的人 and you don't DCA. Usually you put in the multiple pots. And you hear your friends profit a lot in one counter, right? It's one counter. Doesn't mean they win so much. Because there's a lot that they are losing, they never tell you. And if they only invest in one, right, most likely this person is not an investor. It's more like a gambler already. Because the investors I know don't do that. Those were speculation. But real estate is never a speculation. So be careful who you take advice from. Next, property savings plan. So if let's say you are not the risk taker, you rather buy as a savings. So over here, right, likewise, the game plan, if you don't intend to sell and keep selling, what you can do is 2024, you buy a new launch or you buy a resale. Even a resale, yeah. Maybe sell your HDB, go and buy a resale. So important, guys. If you have not bought any properties yet, not even a HDB flat, time to lock yourself and hedge yourself against something. 2024, buy a resale condo, $1.6 million, 1% inflation per annum. By the time 2044, at age 60 years old, you sell at 1.95 million. Basically, the math, if you don't know what I'm talking about, you take 1.6 million, multiply by 1.01, then you hit the equal button 20 times, and you will get $1.95 million. After that, sales proceed 1.95 million minus 303K equals to 1.65 million. Downgrade to a 4-room HDB resale, 600K. Total cost of retirement home, 663K. Balance cash for retirement is a total of $987,000. So today, if you're an agent, or today you are somebody that is a spender, not a saver, right? If you're a spender than a saver, right? Don't need to type anything inside the chat. You know, I know can already. And you still don't refuse to use mortgage as a form of savings, then you need to be careful. Because there'll be a time if you cannot make money, how? When your career go downhill, how? If you're a property agent now, you're making good money, having a very good lifestyle. Eventually, if your sales drop, how? Or you fell sick, how? Cannot do. This is a question I always ask myself. And you today, you need to ask yourself this question also. So key thing, you look over here, right? You can see a lot of people say that, hey, yeah, it's a bad practice to have a very high monthly installment. But if you look over here, right, on the 20th year, right, actually when you pay $5,383 installment, $641 is to your interest. On the right side, on the right side, you can see 240, 5383, 641. $5,000 installment, 600 is your interest. Bro, your car installment got $600 or not? Your car is after script is zero value, but you're paying the installment. But the house you're paying, but you're $4,700 out of the 5,000 is actually in your principal repayment. So that's the beauty today why people use real estate as a form of savings plan. So if you agree with me, type A inside the chat so that I know you guys are still with me, right? So the renter throwing money away. So with the current interest rates of 3%, right, for resale and rental prices due to high rental prices due to TOP, and lower rental prices due to TOP, right, is renter throwing money away. Today, right, you need to know two things is that number one, you need to know the importance between new launch and resale in terms of the monthly installment. Today, if let's say you are talking about paying an installment, paying interest for the installment, buying a new launch, you actually stagger your installment. This may be new to some of you and maybe something you've seen before, but basically on the left side is the percentage of the purchase price that the bank will call up for your installment. Just now we were saying, right, before you collect your keys, you're paying almost up to 50% of the monthly mortgage only. And today you can see over here the next, yeah. And today you can see over here when you're buying a new launch 1.6 versus buying a resale 1.6, this is the difference. You are paying the resale, you're paying 3,000 monthly, right, from the day you collect your keys. But the new launch, you're paying a fraction of the amount. So we did a side-by-side comparison. Maintenance for new launch $0, interest 115. I'm using the average of the first six stages before you collect your keys. 115 because you collect your keys that time you don't need to pay rent now. You just move in now. Property tax $0 because you're not staying in the house yet. Rental 4,500. I'm using a HDB in Ang Mo Kio 5-room flat as an example. If you go to Bukit Panjang, all these things you can get for 3,000 plus, 2,000 plus also have. Right? But I'm using the higher tier, 4,500 for 5-room flat. Total cost 5,655. 1 year total. Okay, long story short, 1 year total. Look over here. Difference in running cost over 1 year is 25,000. Difference in running cost over 3 years is 77,000. Earlier on, remember, we talked about a 3-year flip. 3-year flip. Riverfront Residences, Park Esta, Park Colonial. Did they make more than 300,000? The answer is yes. So if they make 300,000 and for you to hold a property for 3 years and spend extra $77,000, is it worth it? You decide for yourself, okay? I don't ask you to answer. Right? And that's why people are buying new launch, man. Because first world country, like for example, buy watch also same. Today, right, people can just go into reseller and buy straight up. But people prefer to buy from Hourglass. Okay, this is a separate thing, but this is just a general consumer behavior that I'm talking about. So today, right, a lot of people say that, hey, Marcus, you talk cock lah. Hey, that time property price cheap, eh? Then you tell me when that time property prices cheap, now expensive, eh? I say, can you tell me which year when people buy house they think it's cheap one? Because if you look at these, or for easy understanding, you look at the most bottom row, okay, and the most rightmost. Let's use that starting point from there. 1.3, 1,000 today. When we are looking at Lumina Grand and all these things, we are talking about 1,400 plus PSF. Expensive or not? Expensive, of course. You know why? Because you're comparing with 2020, ma. But during 2020, when you buy, people were buying EC that time, right? Was it cheap or not? Was it cheap? No, people also think it's expensive. Why? Because we are comparing 2017, ma. So 2017, when people were buying Soul Acres and all these things that time, right? Cheap or not? Not cheap lah. Why? Because back then, Casablanca, all these only $300 over per square foot, ma. So my point here is this, today, right, people will always complain things are getting more expensive. Anywhere you go in the world. It's just a global phenomenon. Because as people become smarter, as people in salary grows higher, the pay also goes higher. And the pay goes higher, the cold storage auntie 工钱高一点. That's why the fruits got more expensive. The bungalow pay is higher, and that's why the cost of construction is higher. And if your office got bungalow and the bungalow pay is higher, will your pay become higher? So everything is getting higher. The only thing you won't complain is your pay go higher. So a lot of people say that market is not true. Some people pay never go up. Depends on what kind of friends you have. But if your friends are actually people who are working in the relevant industry, relevant industry, right? Definitely their pay is actually higher. Hey Suzanne, why you put the Liu Han? Tell me what you think. You offended. Sorry, my style is a very, very upfront one. Yeah. But tell me what you think. I'm happy to listen to your comment. Yep. So basically, if you want to wait, you can continue to wait. But if you want to wait because you think you got proof to see that waiting will give you a chance to buy cheaper, go ahead and wait. But if you cannot find proof, right, it's just because you're scared, or just because you see you got money in your bank and you come bear to part with the money, then think again, talk to an agent, do a quick assessment. So stop being priced out of the market, look at the OCR, Suburban Homes post the biggest gain. Trust me, ever since I was the agent, I keep asking people to buy OCR, 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 OCR. And if it's not the first time you attend my seminar, I'm always asking people to buy OCR, 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 OCR. And why is this so? Because today size matters. Look over here. This is actually riverfront one bidder. And best way to check how profitable the property is, is look all the way to the right, red color square quadrant, and you look over here. The annualized profit is the key thing you want to look at. Why? Because earning 2 million, 500,000, earning 500,000 isn't a big deal when the property that you bought is $5 million. So looking at the overall profit quantum is meaningless. Just a gimmick to make you buy. But over here, you look at the annualized profit, and you can see the annualized profit grow very clearly is higher for the bigger units. I don't want to go into the minute details. Screenshot, look at it yourself. Next, when you look at town area, Park Esta, look at the annualized profit from top to bottom. Top is actually 1 bedroom, bottom is 3 bedroom. It's congruent, right? It's just a standard trend. The bigger units will usually make more profit. And why is that so? Very simple reason. Because usually if you are buying a 1 bed, 2 bed unit, most of the buyers in future, your exit strategy will be single buyers, um, single buyers. Can I say this? Single buyer, first time single buyers or investors looking to buy and then rent out. Basically, people that won't really pay you high price. But if today we are talking about a 3 bedroom or a 2 bedroom, there will be families that want to move in and they have children there and they really need the space and they believe in legacy planning, right? That means they believe in leaving a legacy. They live in buying a house because they have a family that lives there. I don't know whether you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, but I believe you will know. You're smart enough to know. So for very simple, and today why OCR, low hanging fruits, is that today 2023, 24, you have a 2 million budget, you cannot buy much. You can only look at OCR now. And if you still want to go to RCR, right, you will be buying a 2 bed compact law, 1.7 million, $1.8 million. But over here, right, Lentor mentioned just announced 3 bedroom can get for 1.7 million. So good or not good? Yeah, so stay to the end. Yeah. So why will property demand eventually return? Number one, new residents coming back. Screenshot if you need to, right? Number two, HDB MOP upgraders. Ding ding ding. Take some time to load. Upgraders from HDB MOP, right? And back then, resale HDB owners buy always never bring money, right? But luckily, COVID, today the resale HDB upgraders also make profit. Got money, got firepower to upgrade. And really, I'm serving a lot of resale HDB upgrader. That means they upgrade from their resale HDB. Yeah, and they told me the same thing. They say lucky 现在有机会 just go 咯. Next, also EC upgraders from EC MOP. And we might be mindful, right now, for TDSR, right, for the bank floor rate is at 4.9%. A person that earns 10K, right, can only loan up to $1.1 million. But when the market changes back to the norm, 10K can let this person qualify up to $1.4 million worth of loan. So that means this person during now, right, when the rates are structured in this way, such that the bank actually have a higher requirement for loan eligibility, and this person cannot buy 3 bed. They can only buy 2 bed. But if let's say the interest rate goes back to the norm, these people who were priced out previously can now come back into the market and compete with you for the 3 bedroom. So be mindful of that. And these people are from the EC. Importantly, right, it's worth noting. Today, right, the people who bought 700 over 1,000, today the property prices are worth about 1.4 to 1.7. Basically, today when they are selling, most of them are unleashing $1 to $1.2 million cash plus CPF as capital. And this can allow them to buy up to $3 million. So these people are not buying yet. Good, you know why not? We wait for them 3 years later after you cross your SSD, they are your buyers. So in short, time in the market, time beats timing in the market. So today's pricing always look higher when compared to the past. And proper planning and sufficient reserve is the key to prudent planning and using your time to advantage by planning your exit instead of trying to time the bottom. Everybody wait to time the bottom, like end up never buy anything or buy something that they don't really like. Right? Apply asset elevation method to avoid being further priced out of the market. I.e., start small, start early. Okay, so far, if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments. I'll be happy to answer you. But next up, I'm going to share with you the slides that I prepared for today's sharing. Yeah, the five key factors of profit generating assets. So first up, right, is a common concern for Lentor area is that number one is not that near MRT station. That means it's the furthest away from the MRT station. PSF will be higher due to GFA harmonization. Kilo green is a sign of exhaustion, demand exhaustion, demand the fatigue, the market fatigue, buyers fatigue. So if you ask me, right, when I'm buying a property, I always look at a few factors to compare whether this property is worth buying. And I always put it in a very logical way. I always use a method whereby if all this works and I have the money, I will buy. And today I'm going to share with you. So first up is your design and layout. That means today you buy a property, you cannot go in and then you see a very long corridor. Everything is dysfunctional, very big balcony, 用不到的, right? The layout also has to make sense. The design of the development has to make sense, has to look good as well. Next, also land size. Today you buy a property, you want a sizable development, at least 100,000 square feet. Why? Because only when you have 100,000 square feet, you can have the facilities that most people want. Today, because if you buy a condo, right, obviously you pay maintenance, but you have very limited facilities. This will become a natural deterrent for buyers when they want to buy future when you want to sell to them. Next, transport and amenities. It's a simple reason. I don't need to explain too much in that. Thirdly, fourth exit strategy. That means will there be natural demand on top of location and whatnot? Will there be something special about this development whereby people will want to buy? You need to look for that one special thing and also the pricing. If you ask me if all these five factors tick the box, you are good to go. Cannot go wrong. If you get four of them correct, you get four of them also not bad. But if you ask me the last factor, which is always the classic last but not least, pricing, if it's wrong, means no, avoid at all costs. Hear me? So importantly, you need to fulfill these five factors. So why Lentor mentioned today is a bit different because today, if you look at the design and quality, just now you say design and layout, right? You can see Gogo Land, right, tends to have a very strong track record for a very simple reason because the CEO, the current CEO is actually used to be working in URA and working in MND. So they know exactly what we want. And looking in terms of demand, right, the design, yeah, in terms of layout later, I will let my fellow IC share with you. But now I just share with you the design. If you look over here, right, Gogo Land developments have proven to withstand time, right, aging, even though they are a bit older, but today when you drive past Bukit Timah, you look at Goodwood Residences and Leader Residences, they are still one of the newer looking properties. And today, right, the Gogo Land, right, when we talk about quality and facilities and layout, right, you can see today you are able to enjoy the luxury lifestyle of CCR because right now these two photos is one is from Martin Modern, one is from Goodwood Residences. And today you are paying an OCR price tag for a CCR kind of lifestyle. And this is what I call the design, right? And look at the track record of Gogo Land. You can see that Goodwood Residences launched 2010, even till this day, 2023, the highest profit making unit was $16 million at the top. Annualized profit at 8%. Just like I said, annualized profit. Next, look at Leiden Residences. Highest profit $2.9 million. Annualized profit 7.2%. I'm just showing you the highest. I'm quoting you the highest, but I'm showing you everything. Don't believe me, just screenshot. Next, Sims Urban Oasis. Property bought since 2016. Today make what 447,000, 4.6% annualized profit. Yeah, and they hold the property. They rent out the property for a couple of years also. So Martin Modern, highest profit. So all in all, what I'm trying to tell you today, when the design, the layout, the quality that the developer is using, the branding of the development, this constitute to a high, very, very important thing. Because generally, when you pay top dollar, you want nice looking things. Hey, Marcus, I want to buy the old property on block. You just wait for it to on block. Because when the buyer comes in, right, they see the whole condo top down tree, right? They also don't feel like offering more because they'll be thinking of what this maintenance need to do, this need to change. Maybe in future got water leakage and all these things. So design, layout, very important, right? So focus on value, not on price. Quality and convenience will always remain, but price will eventually be forgotten. Today, when you go and buy a Gucci shoe, before you buy, you think, you very stressed, you feel like you're a lousy person for spending $1,700 on a shoe. You buy already, you wear already, you never remember you paid 1,700. People ask you 买多少你都忘记了 because price will eventually be forgotten, but value will always be remain. If you understand and you agree with me, type yes, why inside the chat. This is a quote I got from Gucci. Yeah, from the house of Gucci. He said this price will be forgotten, but quality will forever be remain. Yep. So next, who will be the future buyers? I won't go too much into this. If you know the Lentor area, you should already know. Yeah, so I just skip. But importantly, today, if you look at the Lentor cluster, this time round, right, we are enjoying more communal space per household. So if you look at Lentor Modern, Lentor Hills, Hillock Green, Lentor Mansion, previously the launch properties, right, were at the ratio of per unit is 28 square meters per unit. But today we are at 41 square meters per unit of communal space, of land space. So this means one thing, you are actually in a less dense living environment. You're in the largest plot of land, but you have one of the lowest number of units and with the most amount of facilities. And not to mention the nice facade and facilities, which later my IC will actually share with you. Good schools, the exit strategy. Simple. Today, when we talk about good schools, that's the exit strategy. Why? Because there will always be people that want to buy and stay here, even if they don't like this place. Certain condos, not very favorable. Especially, for example, sorry if I quote any of your housing, Telok Kurau, all the small development. Not many people want to buy, but a lot of people want to rent. But that causes a stickiness, right? So that one, not a big plot of land, got good school, got exit strategy, pricing okay for the freehold, but layout usually quite weird, right? Amenities not so near the MRT station, usually stuck at a small road. And like for example, Telok Kurau, not near much things on. So you see, that's just an example for you. So over here in Lentor, we are the one of the few plots that can actually still within 1 km to CHHs and NICs. So don't quote me those launches that are not within 1 km to good schools. That is a little bit irrelevant because in terms of exit strategy, is maybe is on not at the same level. But for Lentor Mansion, we are actually within 1 km to CHIJs and NICs. And you look over here, just to prove to you, right? When you are near good schools, you actually have stronger capital gain. Screenshot if you want to, right? But I won't explain this. But basically, Côte d'Azur within 1 km to Tao Nan, 195% increment as compared to the rest water place in Tanjong Rhu. 便宜吗？便宜 but increment not there. Even though MRT station also almost ready. Sanctuary Green, 172%. Still lose to Côte d'Azur. Look over here, for Rosai School Region View, went up 152. Seletar Spring, 130. Hougang Green, only 58. So, yep, if you're still not convinced, I have nothing to say. But it's just normal and it's common sense. And it's proven, tested and proven. Next, today, right? If you look at this plot over here, the red dotted line demarcates the 1 km boundary. And you can see over here, Lentor Mansion is the last plot you can get. Other than, so it's the second last plot you can get within the next 1 year. The last plot you can get within the next 1 year. And you can see on the Lentor Mansion, below the word Lentor Mansion, that side is a small cluster, low rise, 1.4 plot ratio. And the other plot on the right side, beside Thompson Grove, that one you wait long, you need to wait for very long. Because their plot is the current show flat land, which when the developer actually rent the land, they rent for 3 years. So the next time you will see this plot, the GLS being done will be at least 2 to 3 years later. The launch that time will be. So if you miss this plot, you will not be able to buy a big land plot within 1 km to Lentor, to CHIJ and NICs in the entire entire Lentor cluster already. So up to you to decide. Yep. So plot in front is only 1.4 meter, 1.4 plot ratio. If you need to screenshot over here, yep. And we have very, very little. So are there any other OCR projects that are near good schools now? No, don't have. 1 km to elite school, bo. Current one, all don't have. Lentor Hill, CHIJ, St. Nick's, nobody there to guarantee have. Because only got one block is within 1 km, the other block is not within 1 km, people don't dare to commit. Lentoria, CHIJ, St. Nick's, Lentor mentioned CHIJ, St. Nick's, all together add up 少过1000个 unit. Not trying to create FOMO, you decide for yourself. So what will be the and next, what will be the future? So today we cover a few things. Number one is your pricing. Whether pricing, number one is your design and layout, which design I share with you already. Layout, let Jane share with you. Second, just a bit. Secondly, I'll be sharing with, I already shared with you big land plot. Big land plot generally make more profit, right? And the facilities, what I mean is, thirdly is your exit strategy, the school. Yep. And now we want to talk about the pricing. So today, right, what will be the future of the real estate prices? What will be the future? You can look over here. Clementi Avenue 1. GLS just done. So for those that are new here, right, actually, if you want to know next year what will be the new launch pricing, you can check one. But most of the time, people check and they know, but they refuse to believe. They refuse, the word refuse to believe. They are still thinking that the market will behave differently from last time. Still hoping for the one special, one unicorn that will, one unicorn, one exceptional case where the property prices will be lower, which eventually they, sadly, I mean, if you are one of them, I'm sorry, but I'm not talking about anybody in particular. I'm talking about myself. Okay, not funny. Next. Today, Clementi, you can look over here versus Lentor mentioned. Difference in 30% break-even price. Can you afford 2.5 million for a 3-bedroom compact? Next, Woodlands 1687 BSF. Lentor mentioned 1797 BSF. 6% BSF break-even price difference. That means when they launch at time, most likely it will be about 5 to 6% price difference. Developer is CDL. CDL famous also, won't be selling cheap one, don't need to sell cheap. Just like Coco Land, usually we don't need to sell cheap. Don't need to wait for discount because there won't be any discount. And today, if you are at Woodlands and you're going to trade at the same price as Lentor with a shopping mall and MRT station beside, worth it or not worth it? If you don't know, this place is actually beside the Woodlands sports school. Tampines, not Tampines Hub. They got a shopping mall below also, mixed development. So Tampines 1667 versus Lentor 1797, difference 8% in PSM break even, 8% for private enclave and 1 km to elite school. Worth it or not worth it? So some, just now we say you got amenities, big land, pricing, facilities, got exit strategy or not? Good school. But because no, I'm not very sure because you can always build another condominium beside the shopping, the shopping center. Yeah, it's just not opposite, on top of the shopping center, just beside the shopping center. But in terms of school, you don't fulfill that part. Not saying that cannot, I'm just saying like, if you have a chance today to go for the Lentor mansion, you should try it. But a lot of people say want to wait. But can you pay 2.5 million for 3 or not? And just now we said, what's the proven method to avoid being priced out? Is the asset elevation model. Today, if you can afford a 3-bed, right, for $1.8 million in Lentor mansion, why do you want to go for a 2-bedroom in late areas slightly better? Which eventually, when you sell the time, your buyer pool shrinks. Because very simple. How many of your friends, right, HDB upgrade or only buy 2-bedroom one? Usually, when people upgrade from the HDB, they are in their late 30s or 40s, they got 2 kids, 1 helper. 2-bedroom cannot go, bro. If you're selling your 2-bedroom in future as an exit strategy, right, most likely you'll be only selling to a young couple, first time buyer. And if you can only afford that 2-bedroom in a Lentor in the OC area, of course, go for it lah. But today, if you can afford a 3-bedroom, but yet you're going for a 2-bedroom because the location is better, then you are cutting yourself away from, you're trimming away a lot of fats already, right? A lot of potential opportunity. Okay, so will the future OCR prices be able to achieve? Okay, yes, because you already know that Jaden already traded $2,800 per square foot. There's a lot of examples, which I'll leave it to your agents to quote you. $2,000 per square foot is already a norm. In fact, Lentor already tested 2,000. In fact, day one launch of Lentor Modern already price hit $2,499 I was PSF, I was there doing the booking, the young couple just buy, and they super happy. Yay! 2 bedroom. 2 years ago, 已经有了. If you are still now in denial, don't know what to say. You need some knowledge and yeah, read through the slides again. Next, Thomson East Coast Line. Today, right, government is actually very bent on developing this area. Okay, I still have a bit of slides. I'll just go very, very fast. Thomson East Coast Line, you can see over here, the government is actually developing the Thomson East Coast Line very, very fast and furious. Why? Because when you build an MRT station, you need to justify the cost of running the MRT station. And the only way to do it is to build more homes around the area, create more economic activities over there so that there will be people commuting using the MRT line. Because Singapore government don't do anything for free, one. Everything else on China. Lose money means cannot really. Not like some other government. Okay, so if you look over here, the previous GLS, it was very obvious on all of the 8 sites that were being launched, 5 were on the Thomson East Coast Line. Of course, the pessimists will say that, wow, oversupply. The optimists will say, hey, wholesale, that means there'll be more there'll be more homes, there'll be more amenities, shopping center along the Thomson East Coast Line. Because now Thomson East Coast Line barely cuts through any shopping center, just a handful only. If you don't believe, you go and check. But government said one thing: in future, all the MRT station on top will be shopping center. If you don't believe, go and look at the GLS. And today, if you imagine the future MRT station along the way will all be shopping centers on top, means to say how many more MRT shopping malls can you enjoy along the way, right? But don't quote me for that. Do your own due diligence, right? Thomson East Coast Line, 3.3 million square feet residential site, 3.3 hectare residential site, just one MRT station away. And you look over here, if you can see the MRT track on top is also a mixed development. So not I say one. Thomson East Coast Line, 3.3 million square feet of residential estate, 3.3 hectare of houses in top O Academy, Police Academy, and HDB flat. So 10,000 HDB flats, every unit sure above $1 million because that one is prime CCR, District 10. Sure is the Toa Payoh price. So $1.1 million worth $1.1 million homes, right? 10,000 units. That means 1.1 B worth of equity prepared to shoot back into the market, right? Future upgraded pool from Mount Pleasant. Okay, Tanjong Rhu also 5,000 new homes to be built over there. Never say got HDB or not. All these are Thomson East Coast Line. 6 million square feet of, right? 6 million square feet. So just to show you that today you will just see the land cost of Thomson East Coast Line keep going up. So today, if you think you're buying expensive, it's normal. If not expensive, then you need to worry. You know why not? If not expensive, means 没有人买嘛。没有人买, next time you want to sell, how to sell? So think positive. Yeah, because the pessimists usually just wait and eventually get priced out. 6 million square feet for Bayshore as well. Opposite Bayshore will be all the prime HDB flats as well. Sorry, the plus HDB flat. Total 10,000 new homes with 70% will potentially be HDB millionaires as well. So question over here is a lot of people will think that, hey, today Lentor oversupply, 太大了. But not many people know that actually the Springleaf, whatever land sites that I told you just now, right? Every single one of them is bigger than this Lentor site, which tells you one simple thing. Government has their plan on. They are trying to develop this site to make sure that this will become the next Bukit Timah's plot at downtown line, where all the properties along that line price go up. And if you don't trust me, look back at the previous. Last time, Northeast line, was it the same thing? Started off Punggol, nobody wants to buy. Compass Point started PSF $300 per square foot. Today, they are 4x, they already 4x their money. And if you still think that last time and now is different, trust me, it's the same. It's just that you won't be 3-4 times. But 30-40% increment, good enough, bro. Don't be greedy. Greedy, go and buy crypto. Just kidding. So over here, right? How large is the land? I also got buy crypto, so I'm just kidding. So how large is the Lentor plot? Actually, is big. And we haven't talked about the Marina side. Marina side. Later we'll talk a little bit about the Thomson East Coast Line. I think my fellow IC will actually be going through a little bit more as well. But importantly is do your own due diligence, check in the facts and figures, and if it makes sense, Do not let fear obstruct you, or do not let your friends who don't want to buy property, or your friends who bought property long time ago now don't want to buy because they don't dare to buy liao. Because last time cheap, they dare to buy. Now the price go up already. They don't dare to buy liao. Like maybe our parents last time bought a house 1 million, 1.2 million, now 2 million. Ask them sell lah. They won't sell one. They'll tell you now property price cannot buy already. It's not cannot buy already because they bought cheap before. They don't dare to buy it now. But if you have never bought anything before, or you have already made profit, but you wish to grow your profit, always remember, learn from your history, not learn from hearsay. Next, oversupply in Lentor. Let's just use the example of Northeast Line. Last time when they just developed Northeast Line and they wanted to make sure that the prices there goes up, right? Look at the last land replenishment, the en bloc cycle. And this, I haven't include garden residences, which is about 500 units. So in one singular year, right, in 1.5 years, a total of 5 launches happened in District 19 alone. And they're all pretty close to one another, each other. There are a total of close to 5,000 units, more than 5,000 units new launched in one singular district. And people are saying, buy one, sure die one. Yeah. And I'm very passionate about this because I also bought a property, I also make money there. And when I buy the time, people also laugh at me. And eventually I had the last laugh. Okay, not being Howlian, but just sharing with you. And many of you also can resonate with that. And aftermath of oversupply in District 19, the prices constantly stack up, stack. Today you can see Florence residences trade above, Sengkang Grand residences trade above $2,000 per square foot. And if you look over here, right, now you look at this, you'll be like, wow. But in 2018, I tell you this will happen, you will say, I'm what? Xiao. And legit. Because when I tell agents, some agents themselves also cannot believe. Right? Not to talk about the clients, because the agents are the agents that see the long time. So if you have agent bought their property 20 years ago, now tell you, hey, new launch cannot buy lah. Last time very cheap. Then you ask the person, what are you buying now? If they're not buying anything, don't listen to their advice. Means to say that now they cannot afford to buy. Now, if they sell, they cannot qualify for enough loan to buy the property they want. Or now they just don't believe in the pricing. And actually, it's just a very normal phenomenon that repeats over and over again. Right? So over here, oversupply, if back then I tell you if you can buy a riverfront residences and you can make profits like this, you believe or not? 292 profitable transaction, highest profit made was 800K like bro, 5-bedroom. Good or not good? So nobody will believe. That's why I always tell people the best time to buy properties, right, is always 5 years ago. Because 5 years ago, then you appear that you are very smart. So oversupply in Lentor, got demand or not, screenshot over here. This is a summary of whatever we talked about just now. If you want, screenshot over here. So with that, right, yeah, I'm coming to an end already. Yeah, so demand in Lentor, 15,000 MOB flat. There will still be demand on. Oversupply in Lentor, how about demand? Population increase. There'll be more people coming in. And people, when they come in, they want to live in new places. Next, also for the HDB MOP, I'm going a bit fast because I need to go for my closing already. So yeah, in fact, I'm late already. So 50% are in the Northeast as well. So number one, so why is Lentor a good buy? These are the factors earlier we talked about. So in summary, right, number one, design and layout. Design of the development is very important. That means the developer needs to know how to create a product that people likes. And the layout has to be functional. And Lentor mentioned, if you don't believe me, come and see for your eyes because like come 不用钱的. The layout is exceptional. And the layout is not near any kind of layout you've seen before. The layout in the show flat is exceptional. You can go and see it. I cannot review too much later. James will tell you. Big land size. Land size and facility. When you have a big land plot, today, when you pay $200 to go to a gym that only got one treadmill and one weights machine, would you rather pay $200 go to a fitness first, 20 treadmills, 20 weights machine? Design, land size, facilities, 20 shower rooms. Which one we go for? The small one each, go down there, need to queue, or you go for the 20 for the same price. Next, transport and amenities, having a shopping mall and transport, close to transport. I never show you example, but this one is common sense. So I never use example to show you. Exit strategy, you have a school. A good school will be the one main reason when people buy condo, they will hope that future their children can go into a good school. Because people always say this, when I'm already done with my own growth, right? When I got money, people who have money, right? Next thing they worry about is their children. So they want to put their children into good school. So exit strategy, certainly very clear. And last but not least, pricing. If you are buying in Lentor Mansion at this pricing, and in terms of the today's announcement of the pricing, the starting from price, right? It makes absolute sense. And you do not know, and if you do not know what is the guide price, right, please stay to the end. My fellow IC James will be sharing with you into the minute details. And with that, I think I come to the end of my sharing. If you learn something, type A inside the chat so that I know that you learned something. And I'm happy that today the time is well spent. And thanks for tuning in. Before I go and hand the mic over, I just want to say one thing. Today, taking the first step forward is the most important, difficult. And trust me, this is life. Everything is like that. Thinking is the most scariest thing. Planning and make the decision. After that, you won't even fear at all. I always use the take roller coaster example. On top of the Gucci saying of price is what you price will eventually be forgotten, but quality forever remains. Today, right, when you take roller coaster, which part is the most scary part? I don't know about you. The waiting part, the driving to the to the amusement park, queuing up part, listening to other people scream part. That is the scariest. When I get onto the roller coaster, basically 30秒完了. And eventually you see, not that scary anymore. Actually, it was quite fun. So if you resonate with me, sorry for using quite such a layman example, but this is how it is. And I think that in life, it always happens the same. And I wish, so I hope I can see every one of you at the Lentor Mansion launch. Trust me, this launch is going to do well because mine is designed properly and it fits all the 5 characteristics. And I trust me, record down, Marcus Law say 3 years later, you will thank me and you will thank your agent. With that, wish you all the best in all you do. Hope you learned something today and have a nice day ahead. Hey, so have a night and good night. And I can't thinking about it later. And thanks for your time. Hey, James, are you ready?
Yes, I'm all here. Marcus, can
Okay,
you hear me?
you loud and clear.
Okay, great. So actually today is very exciting as what Marcus shared already. Because before today, when I look at Marcus sharing, right, I always ask myself this thing, have I missed the boat already or not? Because you know when he talk about this 200k, 300k profit, right? Does it really happen anymore? Because all the prices right now, I think you all agree with me, it's all-time high. Only launches crossed 2000 PSF already. Okay, but today, today, Cocoland has just released their indicative price. And tell you, it's really mind-blowing. And I want you all to just wait for me. All right, I'm going to just quickly show you some of the floor plans, and then I'm going to reveal all the indicative price to all of you here already. Okay, so just stay tuned. Okay, so very quickly right now, I'm going to share with you my slides. Right, so okay, so it's been confirmed already. All right, Cocoland has it confirmed already. The preview for to actually see the show flat. All right, for Lentor Mansion is actually this coming Friday. All right, this coming Friday from 2 p.m. Right, so please quickly, okay, secure an appointment with our fellow Pronex agent because due to the size constraint, all right, Cocoland actually has limit number of packs to go in per hour so that everyone will get a very optimum viewing experience. Right, so I believe that weekends will be very packed. This Friday will be very packed. So please quickly go and secure your appointment before it's all been signed up. All right, so you can see from the screen itself, this Friday, 1st of March, from 2 p.m. All right, and you'll end about by 8 p.m. Weekdays from 10 a.m. all the way to 7 p.m. So if can, also weekdays you are free to actually make an appointment to come on the weekdays also. It'll be a very good experience. Okay, so without further ado, I'm very quickly going to go through all the slides so that, you know, stay tuned to the last thing where you review every pricing for you to actually see. Right, so just as Marcus just shared already. Okay, Lentor Mansion itself, we are the 5th plot to come into Lentor cluster itself. Okay, but no matter how many plots come into this Lentor cluster, guys, look at this chart. Okay, as what Marcus shared already, to have all 5 ticks, right, to qualify for good buy, Lentor Mansion and Lentor Rear happens to be the only 2 plots that's within 1 kilometer from a good school. Okay, so it's already your own preference already. Do you prefer a big plot of land or that have more facilities for you to actually enjoy? Okay, so a bit history. Okay, Lentor Mansion, when it was bidded by Cocoland itself, right, you can see one thing, very good advantage is that they got a very attractive price of about $985 only. So okay, it also happened, Lentor Mansion, it also happens to be the first GFA harmonization. Okay, the ERA actually came into plan. Okay, I'll share a bit more details later on. But from this chart itself, same thing as so Marcus said already, you can screenshot it. Okay, you can see from our launch onwards, the government land sales, it actually increased more or less. So Coco Land actually got this plot of land at a very good price, 985. And because of this thing, later on when you review the price to you'll understand why Coco Land can actually pitch it at such attractive price. Okay, so this slides show you the plot ratio of all my neighbor. Okay, so I want to compliment one thing is look at this Lentor design. Okay, it emphasize one thing. How often can you get a chance to get into a new township? Okay, so the government purposely redesigned the entire Lentor area, and started off the whole chain with Lentor Modern being the first integrated development. Okay, so as you all know already, Lentor Modern today, alright, is already 98% sold already. For Lentor Hills, it's about 70% sold. So you can see now, guys, buyers are actually looking forward to actually come to this once a chance opportunity to enter into a new township. Moreover, you can see these are all inside in midst of what landed and cave, not very highly populated. Okay, so it's very, very, very good environment for buyers that are looking for upgrading or downgrading. So I'm gonna share these slides already. Okay, so not go through too much. Basically, you can see with a biggest part of land that Lentor mentioned is actually standing on, we are able to build more facilities for you to actually enjoy. And this becomes a very important factor in the future when talk about capital gain for the second batch or third batch of buyer to come and actually buy and purchase from you. Okay, because lifestyle is very important. Okay, so talk so much also no use. Let's quickly take a look at the video itself. Okay, it's a very quick 30-second slide through of how it looked like. So you can see the soul of this whole development is this black and white colonial. Okay, if you are unable to hear the sound, no worries, okay? I actually prepared the link later to send to you. Okay, you have a copy of this link. Okay, so not to worry, okay, as I said already, video itself, you'll have a copy of it. Just stay tuned to the last slides. Okay, so very quickly, okay, it's not by chance, if you ask me, that Coco Land actually bid for most of the development in this area. Because I think you'll know, okay, the previous, the current CEO of Coco Land right now happens to work in URA before. So I believe that they actually understand, all right, a lot of government development coming to this whole transformation. So that's why I believe, why Coco Land is aggressively bidding in this area. That must be a very good reason. And the brand itself, Coco Land, I think you know already. They have followers, a lot of followers, and look at how their past achievements has got them. They are leading developers in the luxury and integrated development. Example to quote them will be what Midtown Modern, Coco Land, Midtown Bay, and this year going to TOP. One example with Mia mentioned itself. Okay, you can see that. And this is in fact, Lentor is the first time that Coco Land actually come into OCR. Okay, so it's really a very good opportunity. And how well did they perform? Right, you can see the facts never lies. Okay, in the year 2022, all right, when Lentor Modern was launched, okay, day one itself, we sold more than 80% because to a lot of buyers, you can see now, to have the opportunity to own a piece of Coco Land product, this is something very rare to come by because they are usually Coco Land is doing all the luxury in the CCR and RCR. Okay, and with this thing, you can see the result also shows that the professional vendor outside, they actually won awards, tons of awards everywhere they go. Maybe Property Guru. You can see that they swept awards for landscaping, design, innovative, everything is there. Okay, next thing, right? As what Marcus shared already. Okay, can you remember? 2 years ago when it was launched, the highest PSF transacted, okay, at Lentor Modern already crossed more than 2,500 PSF already. So guys, today, if we are going to actually sell at 2002, 2003, don't you think that it's actually a very fair price? Right, so all this thing, I think I don't want to share so much already because Marcus already covered already. Okay, so next thing, if with the size, even for this developer, okay, one that's spearheading so many luxury development, how can they transfer this thing into the lux of Lentor? Okay, so look at this site plan itself. Okay, I can share with you that more than 73% of the sites are being used for what? The landscaping and the facilities for you to enjoy. Okay, it's a full condo facilities that come with a childcare center. Okay, so of course, the soul of this whole development is actually the clubhouse itself, which is a black and white bungalow. I'll share a bit more. Okay, so all the signature facilities that can see from the mansion collections, like example the lawn, are all actually reviewed over here. Okay, but what is more important to me is you can see from second slides is where you can see, okay, our development, all right, Lentor Mansion itself will have a full sheltered, all right, linkway all the way linking to our MRT, Lentor Modern itself. So you don't have to worry about the weathers as well. It will take about 4 to 5 minutes a walk, short walk, then can reach actually the shopping mall, where it is actually linked to Lentor Modern, Lentor MRT itself. Okay, next thing, okay, this fully sheltered walkway will also be linked to our up and coming bus stop right at the main entrance of Lentor Mansion. So you can see more and more facilities and convenience will be added to this development. Okay, so with this thing, let's take a look at unit mix. Okay, so you can see that for this development itself, we have our smallest unit is in fact my 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom. Right, 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom. Very ideal for young families start up. And without a 1-bedroom, guys, this is something that is very important. Without a 1-bedroom layout, right, meaning that this project, Lentor Mansion, are trying to attract quality tenant, good families that is willing to pay a bit more to enjoy this 2-bedroom space. Okay, so there will not be too many those are 1-bedroom then that come in and come out and then disturb the whole neighborhood. It is going to be very exclusive, very luxurious feel. Right, and you realize something, 40% of my entire 533 units, right, will be my 2-bedroom, B1, and also another type, which is my B2, that is actually a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom. Right, so I'll share a bit more details later on. Okay, for buyers that are looking for those 3-bedroom onwards, right, as what Marcus shared already, okay, 3 bedrooms, right, actually our starting price, very, very attractive. Because for 3 bedrooms, this is really a very good entry price for upgraders from a HDBs or already buyers that are looking out to actually start a family. They'll be looking at this thing 3-bedroom compact. Okay, that will be about our C1 and C2. Right? C3 and C4 will be what we like to call a 3-bedroom plus flexi. Flexi, this thing means it's a 3+1. This +1 space can actually double as a study room, walking wardrobe, depending on what's the need and demand and the lifestyle of this current family. Okay, the next type will be my 3-bedroom premium. Right, for this type of layout, basically it will come with an additional proper home shelter for storage purposes. Right, definitely the space will be more bigger than 1,000 square feet, for example. Right, my 4 and 5 bedroom are totally for buyers that actually want to enjoy the space. So something to highlight is you can see 5-bedroom, right, 5-bedroom layout, a proper 5-bedroom layout, right, it is also the first in the entire Lentor cluster to provide a 5-bedroom. So for already for buyers that are looking out to actually have a proper 5 bedrooms and more than 1,500 type of square feet of rooms, right, which is very rare to combine nowadays, Lentor Mansion has about 45 such units. Right, so how does the whole design come about? Okay, so a good example is really following the Mansion series by Cocoland, which one good example would be May Mansion itself. Right, it's going to TPT this year. Right, so they actually use the concept of the affordability and efficiency and come up with Lentor Mansion. Right, so as mentioned already, the entire soul of this development revolves around this black and white colonial clubhouse. Okay, as Singaporeans, I think we know, all right, how even our minister love to actually have a piece of this heritage. Okay, so today this is something that I'm so proud to share with everyone over here. Imagine this black and white colonial, which I think we all know, open rental around $10,000-$20,000, which I think as locals we have no chance to actually touch it, right? Because it's ridiculous to pay 20,000 rental for such bungalow. Today, you just get a piece of Lentor Mansion. This clubhouse become part of your facilities. You can have a party for your children, invite your friends and families to come by, or even work from home from this working launch. Okay, isn't that awesome? All right, so more photos and perspective for you to actually take a look. So you can see already now, it's all about space over here. Okay, Cocoland actually want to bring a touch of luxe that they actually created and cultivated from the CCR to bring it into Lentor Mansion. That's why we are proud to say that we are really the luxe of the entire Lentor collection itself. Okay, so this share a bit more details. As mentioned already, the size actually is very spacious. You must really come to see for yourself. Inside they have a few multiple function room. Okay, that can host up to almost 50 guests, and also a work launch, whereby you know this is very common to have hybrid work environment. You can actually have a proper work desk inside all this launch that you can book. Okay, so all these photos itself, as I mentioned already, you can actually come to book an appointment to come to see our show fair. It'll be easier. Okay, the lawn, how does it look like? Okay, and because we are so close to nature, you know, we are so close to the Hilllock Park itself, we're gonna even recreate the entire forest view, about 220 meters long, for you to take a walk at the backyard of the development itself. Very safe, very cool view. If evening, you can walk around. Okay, so not only have one pool, we have multiple pools, like lazy pool for you to days around, and we spend the whole weekend in this very comfort, spacious, majestic area. All right, and for this camping area, okay, so I today I just went to check at Agoda. You know nowadays Singaporeans I really like to go book all this type of camping area. Okay, it's really not cheap. Okay, today I checked. Okay, the price for one night to book such camp is around $200 over dollars. Can you imagine one night just for 5 or 6 of us to stay inside a camp? Okay, can you imagine right now? Google is going to provide 4 such camping sites for you and family to really build good memories in the own comfort of your house already. Okay, so you can see, even like you know, we have a children pavilion. It's just for the children to play, and it's just sort according to your age group. Toddler area, young children area. So it's all being designated to really customize to the lifestyle of your family. Okay, not only that, at level 9 itself, we also created a lot of space for you to host party, gathering, and overlook the unblocked Hillview Park. Okay, so please, okay, so check it out for yourself. Right, the third factor, okay, third factor that about what's so unique is already, as what Marcus mentioned already, school factor. Okay, as I mentioned already, we us and Lentor, we are the only 2 plots right now covering with 100% within 1 click from not 1 good school, but 2 good schools. Okay, and why is good school very important? Okay, you must understand that this happened 2 years ago, Amo launch. Okay, I don't know how many of you were there. Basically, what happened is day 1 itself, Amo actually managed to sell 98% of the entire units launch. It shows us what? There's really a very strong demand, okay, in Ang Mo Kio area. The buyers are looking out to get a unit within 1 click from good schools. Okay, because they understand this thing. With a good school around, every year, fresh batch of P1 parents will need to knock at your door for your address, for rental, or for own stay. Okay, and resale price actually shows a lot already. Okay, so this one I think Marcus actually emphasized a lot already. But something interesting I just want to highlight is this development called Castle Green. Okay, because a lot of us think that, hey, Castle Green is a very old condo, but do you know something? It's within 1 click from Anderson Primary. And one fellow, all right, if you look carefully, one fellow over there at the third rows over there, one fellow, all right, he managed to exit with a profit of not 6 figure, but 7 figure. Okay, 7 figure profit when he actually disposed his property. Okay, so isn't that something that all of us want? Okay, so that's important of having a good school nearby. You always ensure capital gain. Okay, now coming to the 4th point already. Okay, I'm going to end where it starts very soon. What is this whole GFA harmonization all about? Okay, I'm going to just explain in a very simple layman term that everyone over here, as buyers, as fellow agents, you can also understand. Okay, so government come up with cooling measure or policy. It's always to solve problem that they realize in the market. So guys, when you look at this slides itself, okay, I'm not going to pinpoint any project, but you realize that some developer, they like to build very big and spacious aircon latch that you cannot use, but just a house, only 2 aircon compressor. And not to forget that they will charge the same PSF, okay, for the aircon latch as your marble flooring in your master room or even living room. So do you think that is fair to all the consumer over here? Paying the same price for things that you cannot use. Moreover, government did receive feedback, from this chart itself. They realized that after COVID especially, they developers start to build smaller and smaller 3-bedroom or 4-bedroom, but the aircon latch seems to get bigger and bigger. So isn't that a very critical concern that consumer you felt? So the good news is, from Lentor mentioned onwards, all right, every single new launch, all right, will be under this new GFA harmonization calculation. Okay, developer no longer can actually charge this aircon ledge as part of the saleable strata area that you purchase. Okay, in the layman term, basically it's trying to share that, okay, right now, when you purchase Lentor Mansion, okay, aircon ledge, that space there, may be 50 square feet, 100 square feet. This part, you do not need to pay for it. Okay, you just need to pay for the usable space that you can actually step on. As simple as that. Okay, another key policy that is going to implement from Lentor Mansion onwards will be, right, okay, I believe that Singapore likely is the only country, right, that buyers need to pay for the air that they breathe in, correct or not? Because for past few years, a lot of people build very high loft unit, penthouse, they call it, okay, and then what? They sell the air that you cannot step on it, correct or not? Okay, so with this harmonization that's come to place, okay, good news again, right? Developer cannot charge the void space anymore. Okay, the airspace, no, it cannot be part of the area that you pay for it. Okay, so in a very limited term, he tells us this thing. This is definitely a good news for even consumers, you and myself. Okay, buyers right now from Lentor Mansion onwards, right, you only need to pay for the space that you can step on and you can use. As simple as that. So isn't that a very good news for all of us? Okay, so ready, please come and take a look for yourself. Come for show flat. As you can see, the transformations that's happened in our show unit itself. Okay, so I'm coming to the last slides already, okay, which is going to review to you all the floor plans for my show unit type. Okay, so the good news is for this development, we have 4 different show units to show you. All right, my 2-bedroom, my 3-bedroom, my 4-bedroom, and even my 5-bedroom. Okay, so without further ado, yes, this is my type B2, which agents, we call it the dumbbell layout, because you can see there's no wastage space of a long walkway, and most important thing for investor, when you look at such dumbbell layout B2, right? Okay, 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom. The second bathroom is a jet and jill, meaning what? Meaning that if you are an investor, you can actually rent this such layout as what? As 2 master room. Your RI will be way higher than that. Okay. Moreover, buyers that actually buy for own stay, a good news to share with you is, yes, Land purposely designed the kitchen to be very spacious. You can see now the kitchen itself is about 3.65 meter wide. A very spacious kitchen, and you have this option, all right, to actually enclose this kitchen, and like a lot of people say, really, you can have a proper look here over there, because you can open your door and do a lot of frying over there. No issue at all already. Okay, so can you see now, my 2-bedroom, about 40% of the whole development will be this B1 and B2. Very ideal for investor, very ideal for young startup family, and the entry price, okay, which I'm going to review in the next few slides. The entry price will really wow out with here. Okay, so please stay tuned. Okay, the next slide, okay, is a 3-bedroom. So once you come to 3-bedroom, you all understand already. 3 bedrooms are ready for what? For proper upgraders, where they actually strike their first pot of gold by selling their BTO or selling their resale HDBs, or they just want to have a start family with 2 kids. So developer actually built this show flat to show you. Important thing is the flexi room, right? This flexi room, which is inside my second show flat itself, you can see, is strategically located right in the center of the entire unit. Okay, because of this location, you know that as your lifestyle change, when you actually move into Lentor Mansion, maybe you don't have kids. So this space itself, it can be very ideal for a study room. Okay, so once you have kids already, maybe this room can become a kids room, or even a more storage space for a working wardrobe. So you can see now, the developer purposely built this flexi room right in the middle, so that it can actually change and customize as your life progresses. Okay, the rest of the highlights you can see for my room types, you can see it's very spacious. All my common room plus my master, right? You can actually put in a queen size bed, no issue. And moreover, you can see for our bathroom itself, we provide proper bathroom. Okay, not those type of WC. Okay, coming to my 4th type. Okay, so this is what the developer actually shared with us. For a 4-bedroom, which is very common as the biggest type of room for most of the other development. Okay, you can see that I don't need to wait until my 5th room. All right, when you actually purchase my 4-bedroom, the developer will provide you with all the premium layout. Okay, because buyer that want to purchase a 4-bedroom itself, already, they are those that are really willing to spend a bit more to enjoy quality lifestyle. So what actually constitutes to a quality lifestyle? Spacious balcony. You can see my balcony. It's very spacious. Moreover, look at the efficient space of my dining and living. Okay, as you can see from the slides itself already, my dining space, which is also will be reviewed inside the show flat itself. Okay, it can host up to 10-seater at the dining space, no issue at all. Right, so same thing. The rest of all my rooms can put in queen size bed. And coming to my master room, I think you all know already. A lot of development come to the master room, right? Okay, it will provide a walking wardrobe, plus the bathroom itself will have a his and her vanity corner. Okay, so these are all a lot of proper, creative, user-centric type of layout that developer actually thought of, even for my 4-bedroom. Okay, there will be a proper storage space. That's why all this will come with a proper shelter, and also 4 bathroom, which, as I mentioned already, they are all full bathroom that come with a toilet seats and a place for you to shower. So this is something definitely whereby, as I mentioned already, very practical layout for buyers that aiming for my 4-bedroom. Okay, last but not least, okay, I think all of you are looking at it already, which is my 5-bedroom. All right. So I want to stress that again. Okay, Lentor Mansion is the only current Lentor new launches right now that's providing a 5-bedroom, 5 proper enclosed bedroom that can actually house queen size bed. Okay, but the good news about this is you can see here, the 5th room, which is right next to the living room, it is convertible. When we actually ask buyers to actually put in your whole life saving into this such development, okay, I believe that buyers want to actually have a very good usage, long usage for this thing. Because buyers that need 5 proper rooms, likely that you have many kids. Okay, but we also understand this thing. When you need these 5 kids, you know, this is something very comfortable. 5 proper kids with junior, master on the left, and then a proper working wardrobe for the master room, bedroom itself. Okay, but as our kids grow bigger, okay, we went through all this season of life, they will move out, they'll shift out. So what happened? You still need 5 proper rooms. This is where you can see the 5th room itself, it can be converted, okay, realigned again to create back in the 4 spacious bathroom. Okay, so this is one of the very unique thing. Please come and take a look for yourself. It's more than 1,500 square feet big. Okay, as simple as that. All right, so with this thing, okay, I'm ready, okay, to actually review to you. Okay, today, just fresh from the oven, ready. You ever just actually share with us the indicative price for all my type. If Marcus is still here, this is what I'll tell him, Marcus. Okay, when I looked at 2-bedroom starting from 1.149 million, I was really shocked. When was the last time you all see a 2-bedroom at this price? 5 years? 8 years ago? I don't know. But to me, right now, I think that I never missed the boat already to actually enjoy this asset elevation program that Marcus has shared. Why I'm so confident that this is a no-brainer for a 2-bedroom? Okay, just to do a very quick comparison. Okay, because right here with me, I have the pricing for the entire Lentor collection, right? The whole Lentor cluster over here. Do you know that at 2-bedroom at 1.149 million, we are the cheapest, most affordable price quantum, all right, in the entire 4 or 5 launches over here. Okay, it's even more affordable than my 1-bedroom and Lentor Modern, which is actually currently costing right now about 1.358. Okay, to put it in a very relative perspective, right? Okay, today, if you tell a fellow agent, hey, James, I want to come to Lentor and buy a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom, which is your smallest type of unit. Okay, first thing first, there's not a lot of supply of 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom in the Lentor area. Next thing, the closest I get, okay, for a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom beside Lentor Mansion is one that is costing about 1.486. Yes, you never hear it wrongly. All right, it's costing about 1.486. And today, look at my price, 1.149. 300K difference. What's the risk for you? Okay, so guys, this is really like, to me, once a lifetime opportunity to really step into this asset progression plan that Marcus has really shared. Okay, we never miss our chance. We never miss the boat. Lentor Mansion is really the one that actually fulfilled not only the first 4 tick, but the most important 5th tick, pricing, entry price. Okay, why I'm so confident? Look at the 3rd bedroom itself. When Marcus shared 3rd bedroom, all right, my 3-bedroom compact, it starts from 1.7 million. Guys, you must understand this thing. The rest of my development, all right, in fact, you can check about Singapore. 3-bedroom, right? Most of them already touched about $2 million. And this is the norm. Okay, but today, my 3-bedroom compact, 3 proper rooms that put in queen size bed within 1 click from St. Nick with large finishes, okay, black and white bungalow, I only cost from 1.7 million. So isn't this a no-brainer? Okay, so with this, I will end off my last slides already. This is my last slide, okay? And why is this important? Because you will get exclusive content, okay, about what I've shared with you all today. Because you say, hey James, I want the slides, I want the slides. So how do you get the slides? Okay, just scan this QR code right now. Okay, I also broadcast it inside my webinar chat already. Okay, scan this QR code right now. Okay, and you're actually able to download our ebook, which will contain not only all the floor plans, all the sharing that we did with you today. Most important thing, an exclusive YouTube interview, okay, with our CocoLand CEO, how he actually share and the concept of how Lentor Mansion come into place. Okay, so understand a bit late right now already. Okay, so guys, I'm going to actually leave the last 5 minutes, okay, for any Q&A. Q&A from over here. We open it to the crowd right now. If you have any questions to ask, please feel free to type inside our chat group. Okay, if not, as mentioned already, okay, you can download this ebook for free. Okay, inside will contain all the information about Lentor Mansion, also YouTube videos about all the fly through and CEO interview. So if not, thank you very much for your time.